So the United States of America just made massive threats, all right? Massive threats. This is an escalation of all the stuff we've been going on. Think of all the stuff that's happened the past week. All the insane rhetoric, all the warnings, all the geopolitical things all around the world. Just think about all of it. The speeches, Putin's come out, Biden's come out, generals have come out, commanders have come out, admirals have come out. Like, it's crazy. It's in the past week. And now another person has come out. But this is more important than anyone that's come out before, all right? So this is the National Security Advisor for the United States. His name is Jake Sullivan, all right? And he has warned of, quote, catastrophic consequences, okay, if a nuclear weapon is used, okay, if any of this escalates. And it's like, who wants any of this? Who wants any of this? Who wants this global conflict that we're in? I don't see anyone that wants this besides the globalists, all right? But who wants this? The average person does not want this. I do not want this. We do not want this. We just want to live our lives, all right? But this is exactly what he said. He said, if Russia crosses this line, there will be catastrophic consequences for Russia. The United States will respond decisively. Decisively, that's what he said. And this also comes as a new report has come out that there's been back channel communications pretty much constantly warning the same thing as well, that if you do this, if this escalates, then we will make our move as well, okay? So this could be catastrophic, right? Even if this was an isolated incident in one area of the world, they've done studies for decades on this, okay? And the newest one that just came out a few years ago, I think it said over 2 billion people would starve to death if there was a limited nuclear exchange between India and China, okay? And it was just a few nuclear devices set off, because it would affect all the weather patterns, okay? It would affect the rain. It would make certain areas dead zones. It would make certain areas more, drought stricken. Certain areas have more rain, all right? It would, like, you've heard the term nuclear winter, all right? It's not exactly what it would be, but it would be in that realm, okay? Where it could potentially block out the sun. It could alter weather patterns. It could, just force places not be able to grow plants and grow vegetation, which also affects weather patterns, cause desertification in certain areas of the environment, okay? And this could they were saying it could lead to over 2 billion people starving just from a minor exchange between India and China, okay? And Russia also has this insane technology that they're working on, and it's not fully functional, but they're testing it all the time. Just the fact that they're testing it, by the way, is kind of scary, because it has been dubbed a, quote, sorry about that, a flying Chernobyl. Flying Chernobyl, right? So we all know what Chernobyl was. The the radioactive plant that had a meltdown, all right? And, it's a famous story. There's movies, there's books on it. We all know what it is, all right? But this is dubbed the Flying Chernobyl because it is essentially a nuclear-powered flying ICBM, okay? I know that sounds weird. It's like, what's that even mean? I wasn't even sure what they were talking about at first, because it's like, this sounds crazy. But you know how, like, Navy ships are powered by nuclear, okay? They only have to change their fuel cells like every 20 years or 30 years or something like that. Some outrageous amount of time they have to change their fuel cells. It lasts almost forever, so they never have to fuel. The Navy's always ready to go, okay? It's a incredible advantage to have, to never have to refuel. No fueling stations, no ports. You can just do anything. But this is on a missile, All right, this is the same technology but on a missile. So it's essentially a nuke missile that can fly in the air forever, pretty much. Okay, so it can just be flying in the air constantly ready to drop the big one at any moment. And it's called a Flying Chernobyl because if there's some kind of meltdown with its reactor, there's some kind of malfunction, then this thing could crash and also cause a devastating impact, cause a nuclear detonation just from that, just from its energy source failing. Okay, so there's just all these things happening at the same time. Who wants this? Who wants a nuclear war? Who wants this? I don't think any sane person on planet Earth wants this, because nobody's gonna get out of this. All right, we can't just be like, oh, it's over there, it's over here, it's over wherever. It's gonna spread. All right, it's gonna blow in the air, it's gonna get in the water, it's gonna get in our crops, it's gonna be everywhere. Okay, it's gonna get in our oceans, it's gonna get in our animals, it's gonna be in our animals that we eat. It's not gonna be a good situation. All right, and the isotopes they're using and the weapons that they're using now, compared to, you know, the World War II, all right, are just exponentially more. All right, exponentially more powerful. And the isotopes are going to release new isotopes, new radioactive, like, we don't even really know the full effect of these detonations happening, because we've never really had them happen in a living environment. Okay, we've never had this happen on a city or people or something along those lines. All right, where we can actually see a devastating impact. So let's not escalate this anymore. Let's stop. Let's hit the brakes. Let's not do this. All right, I think that's something everyone can agree on, because I don't want to be in a tit for tat over this. All right, no bueno for me, no go for me. I'm good. I want to do what's best for America. All right, so let me know what you guys think. This is crazy. This could affect everything. This could affect your own survival plans, because if it does affect the weather, you could be a homesteader and be like, well, I'm just going to grow my own food if it hits the fan or whatever. Well, how are you going to do that if there's essentially a nuclear winter, if the sun's blocked out, or if there's no rain in your area, or if you do have rain, but it's radiated rain? All right, it takes years to wash out the radiation out of your environment. Okay, then what do? You're kind of screwed. All right, we need to, inside growing, we need to look at stuff like that. But even that, it's just like, it's very limited. It's very material driven. All right, it's very supply chain driven. You can't just like grow something in the dirt. All right, takes a lot of infrastructure to grow inside, and a lot of energy, and it just takes a lot more. All right, and especially in a survival scenario, it's one of these things. If they do this, all right, it's gonna affect everything. All right, so let's not do it. Let's hope that sanity prevails. All right, and all this stuff. And thank you guys for watching. You have a blessed day.